What do you do when you are so in love with somebody? You show them how much you love them. They know that you're in love with them. And then, yet, they cheat on you. And then, when you ask what's the problem, they say, it's not you, it's me. You are too good for me. What do you do with such information, right? Oh, you are that friend that's forever there for everybody else. But the day that you need somebody to be there for you, nobody's there. Oh, you are, a great employee. Everybody loves you at work. Management knows who you are because your work is just so excellent. But every time there's a promotion, they seem to look over you. Like, how does your system deal with it? I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. I mean, when you're in such a situation, how do you deal with it? How do you reconcile all of that inside of your system? I once heard Jim Rohn saying, sometimes it storms on a good farmer's crop just before harvest. That's life, he says. you know, So I know we normally say we need to look at ourselves, we need to check our actions before, we go to other people and complain about whatever is going on in our lives. Or before we just complain about anything, you just need to check first what you've been doing. But then what do you do during the times where you are actually doing the right thing? And people are recognizing that you're doing the right thing. But it seems like everything that's around you is just not coming together. Like the results that you are expecting are not showing up. And yet you keep doing the right thing. It's easy to have peace in your soul when you know that, okay, you know what? I know I've let myself down. When you review your day and you find that maybe you had a huge fight with somebody, and you can say, okay, I can see where I went wrong. That is something better. You know what to deal with, and your system can handle it because now you've identified your contribution to the argument, for example, right? But then what do you do when you find, like, when you're reviewing an argument that you had, you found that people were just constantly attacking you today for no reason? And you're asking yourself, but what did I do to all of these people? Why is everybody against me today, right? I've been loyal to this person. For 8 years we've been dating. For 10 years we've been dating. All of a sudden he's cheating. But when I ask what's going on, he says he doesn't deserve me. What is that? Like, how do you deal with that? How do you have peace when you have information like that? It is okay when somebody says, you don't respect me, whatever he gives, whatever reason, or she gives you, whatever reason, you don't give me money, you're too stingy. So I found myself a finance minister. I love you, but I've got myself a finance minister type of thing. It's something that you, at least, even though it's hard to hear, but your system can deal with it, because if you want to change things, if you want to make things right, then what you need to do. But when somebody says, after 8, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years of a relationship, all of a sudden they realize that you are too good for them. It's nothing that you did, they say. How does your system deal with that? How do you have peace when you encounter such a situation? You've been such a dedicated employee. You are the first one in and the last one out. You deliver, you improve on your work. I mean, you love your job. You've got a great attitude. Everybody gets along with you. When you have a fight with somebody at work, you're the first person to go say, you know what, I'm sorry. I don't know what was wrong with me yesterday. I mean, you apologize and people respect you. But somehow, when it comes to promotion time, you are overlooked, it seems. You keep applying for these promotional posts, but somehow they keep hiring people that are next to you, hiring people that you teach how to do the work at times, right? How do you deal with it? Can you have peace in such a situation? You know what? Whatever the storm that is going on, inner peace is possible for me and you. You know, sometimes you haven't done anything wrong. Sometimes you are doing the best that you can do. Sometimes you are giving the best version of you to this life, but things just don't go right. The first thing that you need to do is keep doing what you're doing. You know, when things are going wrong, you're getting all sorts of wrong results, like things are just not coming together. But when you really search yourself, you search your soul, you search your actions and your behavior, you find that really you cannot find fault with what you're doing. At least that warrants whatever is going on in your life right now. Maybe it's time you recognize that that is an opportunity for you to keep doing what you are doing, because what's happening at times in such a situation is that God is building resilience in you. He's building patience in you, because the kind of blessings that maybe you are praying for, the kind of opportunities that you've been looking at, the kind of goals that you're hoping to achieve will need a whole lot of patience. Because, you know, I always say sometimes we think about the goals that we want to achieve, but we never think about how life is going to be like, or how life is going to change beyond achieving this goal. You know, you want a Mercedes, right? You are driving maybe a Polo right now. Have you ever thought how life is going to be beyond getting that Mercedes? How much money you're going to have to spend on service, right? Or how much money you're going to spend on wear and tear kind of things. How much is a Mercedes tire as compared to a Polo tire? How much is any part of a Mercedes, right, as compared to your current Polo? Can your budget live beyond such a blessing, right? Can you handle having a Mercedes? Or will your attitude starts changing towards people who are now driving Polos because you're now not in their class, you think? Have you ever thought of the kind of attitude you will have once you have that kind of blessing that you're looking for? So when things are going wrong and you know you are doing the right thing, recognize that maybe God is preparing you for the kind of blessing that you have been praying for. He needs to build a certain character, because your current person, your current character will not be able to handle the kind of blessing that you're praying for. So it is important to realize that not everything that you are doing may be wrong. You actually, like truly and honestly, might be the best boyfriend she's ever had, but she can't deal with it herself. Sometimes your partner is the one who God needs to work on so that they are able to receive the kind of love that you're offering. You know, you ask her, everything has been great. You ask her to marry you, and all of a sudden she's baking up. God is making sure that the kind of love you're bringing to this marriage, the kind of love that you are bringing to this relationship, is received well. You know, your partner sometimes needs to grow themselves, sometimes needs to learn how to receive, because, you know, maybe they are so used to giving, but they are not quite good at receiving. And when every time you give them your love, they start abusing it, because they are not in that position to receive from you, to receive the kind of love that you need to receive. So when she says, not now, oh my gosh, what? You want to marry me? Why? Recognize it's because she herself is dealing with a whole lot of things. Oh my gosh, I've been recording without the sun. Now all of a sudden it's popping in. I'm sorry about that. You know, but when you are doing everything right, or at least the best that you can. You know God, when God speaks to you, you do it. You know when you have an idea, you go for it. Keep doing that because you are building patience. You're building a certain character that you will need once you receive the blessing that you're praying for. So when you change your mindset about the things that are going on in your life, then you start experiencing peace. Change your philosophies. Understand that there must be a reason why things are not coming together when you're doing everything that is right. And once you understand that, once you adopt that kind of philosophy in your soul, in your life, then you realize that it is possible to have peace even when you don't understand what is going on. After all, our peace should never be dependent on the external environment. Our peace is something that we should guard with our entire beings. Because you know what? I heard one actor in one movie that I watched recently saying, you know what? It is okay. It is good to have love without money. But what is the point of having money without love? Right? So what is the point of having everything that you want if you can never be content with it? What is the point of achieving the kind of goals or dreams that you want to achieve when eventually they'll make you miserable? So when you can start realizing that sometimes it does storm on a good farmer's crop just before harvest, then you realize, well, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. So I'll continue doing the right thing until I see different results. And that's what we do when things are not going well, but you know you have given it your best. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.